Saturday presents, in the red corner, the undisputed, undefeated Weed Whacker Guy, champion of hurling grass and pollen everywhere. And in the blue corner, the challenger, extra strength Saturday. Eye drops that work all day to prevent the release of histamines that cause itchy allergy eyes. And the winner by knockout is Saturday. Saturday, bring it on.
Welcome, everybody, to our special limited series, not Starfinder. That's a different game. Paizo, living rent-free in my brain right now. Welcome, everybody, to our limited series for Starfield. We'll be releasing from Bethesda sometime relatively soon. I'm not sure when this will come out, but I imagine
it's already out. It's already out.
It's already out. I've put so much time into this game. It's been absolutely amazing. And what you'll find is that this is a authentic Starfield experience that ties hand in hand with one of my favorite side quests. It's a little bit off the beaten trail, but I think once you do find it, you'll see that this is a pretty authentic homage to this particular side quest.
Can you roll a deception check for me real quick?
Sorry. I'm the GM, so I win. For those of you who may not know my sense of humor, this is actually a kind of a made-up story. I don't know how well this kind of fits into the universe of Starfield, but I hope that it fits into the spirit of what Bethesda has offered with its other games, but with a little bit more sci-fi flair to it. The system that we will be using is Monty Cook's Cypher system. I am using the revised editions, the second edition, like SRD, that was put out by Monty Cook Games, as well as a little bit of content from the Stars Are Fire source book, which is sort of the sci-fi source book that came out to sort of complement the Cypher system. Other than that, everything's pretty much homebrew, so I will try to run this as faithfully as possible to the Cypher system, but you know, we are having a little bit of fun here, and I am a rule of cool type of GM, so please give me some grace if I don't follow the rules precisely how they are written in the book. So we had previously recorded a Session Zero. For those of you who aren't familiar with like a Session Zero, we took an opportunity to build our characters together, since this is a new system for the vast majority of us, and we generated our characters and a little bit of background, and this will be an opportunity for us to do some character introduction and stuff. So I will go around the virtual table, and I'm going to ask about your ask your character's name, a brief synopsis of what this character is like, you know, like the 50-word or less version, and to tell us a little bit about the spot of trouble that they got into recently. So I'm going to start with KJ Plays, otherwise known by his real-world name, Jason.
Yeah, okay. Jason. Jason has let's call it a blossoming streaming career that he is operating or was operating from his mom's basement. He's never had a job other than being a line cook for a little while, which he got fired from. He wasn't very good at that. He's not really like great at anything, but he is really good at video games. Like really good, like competitive good. Unfortunately, his mom doesn't really see it that way. Kind of felt like he should get a job. And after the latest incident of being swatted in his home by Boris in his chat, his mom had enough and kicked him out. And here he is trying to make it after being kicked out of his mom's basement.
All right.
And I would like to point out, so in the Cypher system, right, you have like the adjectives or whatever, right? However you described it. Jason is a foolish adept who doesn't do much.
All right. Thank you, Jason. Next up, is it going to be Richie or RCH13? Like, what is the preferred pronunciation of your name?
It's so RCH13 is a robot, but he prefers everybody just call him Archie.
Archie, got it.
Archie, yeah, Archie the robot. Archie is a series, one of the initial series of robots that the United Colonies made. He has been a longtime companion of a daring space adventurer, primarily going to different planets and saving his companion from a number of different mischief-based things, nearly dying most every time. Really is kind of doomed in a way to in the Cypher system to die pretty repeatedly. The main thing with him is he is a mechanic that utilizes gravitational technology, so he can not only like pick up and move things kind of telepathically or technologically. He also employs a lot of magnetism to him, and sometimes working in a ship made of a bunch of metal parts, that can be really good, or it could be really bad. He has found himself in a strange situation where his best friend and also worst enemy, the daring adventurer that he was with, was having an affair, and by a series of situations found himself preparing for deactivation.
Thank you, Archie. Next, I have Astrid Harbinger.
You're muted.
Your Discord muted.
Okay, so Astrid is sort of a escaped Nepo baby, would be the way I would term it. She's from a family, specifically her father is one of those rich tech bros that maybe has a little bit of a cult following. And her mother is like an uninterested in her, for the most part, like socialite. And at some point, she decided to set out on her own and find her own way. Certain things she's pretty good at. She is a naive explorer who learns quickly. You could also call her just a Nepo baby who has a knack and picks up stuff quickly. And she has changed her name. Her original name was not Astrid. Her name was actually a bunch of symbols and letters that she decided didn't exactly suit her as a name. So her first name has been changed. And she was crashing with a roommate. She gave all of the money she had on her, which was money she'd saved up from all of her birthdays. She just put whatever money she was given as a gift instead of an actual gift into a savings account because she never needed it. And she gave all that money to her roommate. And 3 months later, found out that her quote-unquote roommate had been drinking it all and hadn't actually paid her portion of the rent with any of it. So she finds herself in a bit of a situation that she's not entirely sure how to get out of.
Awesome. And last, we have Cobb Koufax.
So Cobb Koufax is a retired former sports celebrity. Imagine a Joe Namath, a Shaquille O'Neal, that montage in Rocky 3 where Rocky is on the Muppet Show and doing commercials. Imagine that. That's Cobb Koufax. And then he got injured and had to retire. And he is real bad with his money, and he lost it all. So he went from the penthouse to the poorhouse, and now he's a workaday schlub who still pines for his glory days and still occasionally gets recognized and really appreciates it when he gets recognized because he was really famous. So his predicament was he was at a bar one night and got mistaken for a different celebrity, and he took some umbrage at that, and things escalated, and he wound up in some particularly bad circumstances.
All right. Thank you, everyone, for your introduction. We begin our adventure. Our establishing shot is the exterior of a large transport. This transport is operated by the Freestar Collective, and it's sort of nondescript. It's very modular. All the ships in this universe are quite modular. You would have difficulty giving them like a make and model because everything's so modular. You're really just going to be classifying them by like their job or maybe like their size or anything like that, because to say something is a Sandoval or a Mercedes or like anything like that, like it's just that kind of classification doesn't really exist. So we have this establishing shot of a very large starship, a lot of modular parts and stuff that seem like they could be picked up and dropped off as needed. And the designation of this ship is the Freestar Collective Penal Transport Spartacus. So this is one of several penal transports that the Freestar Collective operates. Basically, they kind of act as a shuttle service. So they'll pick up some prisoners and drop them off at different penal colonies, and they'll kind of shuttle them back once they've sort of done their time. They'll bring them back into society or drop them off at whatever planet or system that they kind of desire. But part of the time served is on the ship while they're making their rounds. They'll drop them off to different penal colonies around the area, but that's kind of the job of the Spartacus. And the four of you find yourself aboard the Spartacus. The four of you happen to have the same sort of accommodations. Now, you don't have... this is more a... nobody has individual cells. Like your final destination will probably have the individual cells. This is one of those things where like everybody's kind of in a communal cell, if you want to call it that, and sort of share facilities. But this isn't really a very like strict prison. It really reminds you more of a very small like airport terminal. So there's kind of like a seating area. It has probably about 16 chairs. There is a small sort of commissary area where meals have been served twice a day, and then snacks are sort of served interspersed. There are several private unisex bathrooms or refreshers that are available, and the dormitory type deal, like the sleeping quarters, are sort of like hard plastic bunks that are easy to sterilize with like the actual linens and stuff like that. So you are essentially prisoners right now, but you're not being treated very terribly. You still have your street clothes that you were wearing. You went through a sterilization process and a quarantine process. Whatever possessions you had that could be considered dangerous have been confiscated and are stowed away, and will be returned to you once your sentence is completed. But you're basically wearing what you normally would. You're not in like prison fatigues or anything like that. It's pretty relaxed. It's almost Scandinavian the way this particular setup is. It's kind of free form. And even though it looks like it's designed to maybe hold about 16 to 20 prisoners at any given point, there's only the 4 of you at the moment. So you will have been on board for probably varying amounts, because this ship does pickups and drop-offs like sort of in a cycle. It just kind of continuously runs on this particular route. It's not like a back and forth. There's just kind of like a circuitous route that it runs, and you're kind of at the mercy of this route. There will be we kind of start. Well, this isn't really in media res, but we're getting our call to adventure at this point now. Let me see. Is there anything the equivalent of perception? So I'm going to have you all make like a perception check, and this is going to be challenging, which means the target number, it's a difficulty 5, which means the target number is 15. So this will be our first check of the evening. So what I will do is I will set the difficulty, and I've set the difficulty to 5. Your target number is going to be 3 times that difficulty. So 5 times 3 is 15. That is the number you want to meet or beat on your D20. Now, if you have any assets or equipment that might help that, you can ease the difficulty by up to 2 steps. If you have any skills that might be relevant, you can also ease the difficulty by up to 2 steps. So you have the potential to drop this from like a difficulty 5 all the way down to a difficulty 1 without spending any other resources if you so desire. And this is going to be kind of like a perception check. So, would anyone like to be perceptive this evening?
I think that my character would make sense to be a little perceptive.
Okay. So does Archie have any juice for perception?
Yeah, so I'm going to start. He number 1, he's trained in perception.
Okay.
Number 2, he does have the special ability scan. I'm going to put that in the chat now so you can kind of see what I'm talking about. Effectively, I can scan a small area as well. I'm not sure if that would be useful for this perception check. And I also have an Everlight. So you make of that what you will. Because I'm not sure what we're looking for here.
Right. So I don't think scan is going to be relevant in this particular case, and I don't think the light's going to be relevant in this case, but the perception, being trained in perception, is definitely going to be relevant. So using that, this would be a difficulty. The task difficulty would drop down to 4 for you.
All right. So that would be 12 I'm trying to hit?
Correct.
All right. 1d20, right?
Yep.
There we go.
17, you get there. It's kind of difficult to fill this, hence the difficulty to task. But you are getting the subtle sensation of this ship decelerating. Like you can kind of feel that lurch. Now we're talking about relativistic speeds and everything, and this is sort of we're doing some fantasy sci-fi here. but you're feeling a deceleration. You think that this ship is slowing down, and not in a gradual slowdown, which would be like, oh, we don't feel it, but like you can absolutely start to feel that. And it might be because of like the servos and the gyroscopes, like in your robotic body, are kind of giving you that. Somebody with a very sensitive inner ear might be able to feel this, but it's definitely something that's happening.
Yeah, I'm gonna now speak. Aggravated screaming tone. Please hold on to your butts.
Is Archie obviously a robot, or does he look human?
Archie is most. If you have looked up what Vasco looks like, which is one of the companions from Starfield, it is. If you like Borderlands, it's like Loaderbot. This is a large robot that has it just has like a little eye for a face.
Oh yeah, okay. Oh, all right.
So there's no confusing. If there is confusing, yes, substances are probably involved.
Right.
So Archie is recommending everyone to hold on to their butts.
KJ Plays has been live streaming this whole time to his chat. And he's on his smartphone live streaming and says, all right, chat, I really need you to keep smashing those likes. We really did. I think we did a great job hitting that last sub goal, and we did steal that donkey like I said that we would. And here we are in the jail cell now. So, chat, I really need you to keep smashing those likes, okay? It's really important. Hit those sub goals. Fucking robot keeps talking over here. I don't know what the fuck that's about, but let's just keep it going. I mean, after I didn't know what was going to happen after the whole fucking, that which should not be named got booted from the chat. I can't believe fucking moderators didn't catch or sooner, but whatever, that doesn't matter. We're here now, so keep hitting those sub goals. And what the fuck is this robot talking about? Can you chill, man? I'm like doing something here. Sorry guys, it's just this, I don't know.
I'm just gonna walk over and just look behind him, just stand closely behind him and just look at the screen, not saying anything.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, all right. I think I'm gonna pause the live for right now. I'll be right back. I don't know what the fuck this. I'll be right back. He's in his live. To be crash.
Would anyone else like to react to the holding on to one's butts?
Cobb would call out robot, do you work here? Are you a guard? what
yeah,
are you?
I'm gonna walk over to Cobb over there and say, excited tone. Hello there. My name is Archie. What's your name?
Oh, Cobb. You can call me Cobb. Cobb Koufax. Maybe you heard of me. I played with an Archie once. I named after him. Good player.
Am I named after a player named Archie?
Yeah.
Is that what you're asking?
Yes.
No, Archie is a short name for my code that I was given when I was manufactured in another system. What game do you play? As a master of sport. Just you might look in your memory banks there. I think you're gonna find my name somewhere in there. If you search maybe some news feeds, you'll know. I don't want to embarrass you by pointing it out. I'm sure these kids know who I am. Excited tone. That's very interesting. I'm very interested in what you have to say. I've recently found another sport player. They are actually very good at smashing what I think they call is a like button. Have you ever considered playing the sport of smashing the like button? Honestly, my sport days are over. They're a robot.
I bet you I could smash that like.
Yeah,
this.
I just checked it. And you have like no followers on your platform. Okay, I have like 100 times more than you. So I don't know who you think you are, but
in my day we didn't play on platforms. We played on the field. I don't know what you're talking about. This new sort of e-sport. I don't know what an e-sport is. Don't care.
How many members were on your team, Cobb?
Oh, we had 12.
How many members are on your team, little boy?
What?
You said you have a lot of followers. How many members are on your team?
How many teammates you got, kid?
I mean, I just kind of do it's my own thing. Okay, so it's my own platform.
There's no I in team.
I do have an editor.
Lesson 1.
I do have an editor sometimes for my long form videos, but generally speaking, this is just me. Okay, I come out here, I grind. I get on my lives, I do my fucking sub goals, and I just got a new sponsor as well. Maybe you've heard of them. So it's Balls Energy Drink, and it's pretty fucking. I know it's pretty good.
This is advice, kid. Be wary of getting into bed with Balls. I had a sponsorship deal with them years ago. I think they still owe me some money. I don't know. I haven't seen a royalty check in a while, but I'm pretty sure they owe me some money. Just saying. Be careful there. I guess. What do you? You're the only player. You chess? You're a chess player? You play chess?
Oh no, he smashes the like button for sport. I've observed this sport. It seems very, very talkative. There's a lot of strategy involved.
Yeah,
if you need any more information on this, I'm happy to provide.
So the girl in the top bunk hangs half over the side of the bunk, monkey bar style, and just is hanging there, looking at all of you, going, "Why are you guys talking about balls?"
I'm about balls and butts because we're talking about sports, lady.
Ah,
wait,
sure.
Why are we holding on to our butts?
Oh wait, are we supposed to be holding on to butts? I thought we were supposed to be holding on because we're in a moving vehicle.
Yeah, emphatic worried screech. The ship is slowing down, and I don't think that anyone's realizing it.
Okay, slowing down is not a bad thing, though. I mean, unless it slows down too fast, right? I mean,
resigned screech. I don't think you all understand.
Okay. She's gonna flip herself down acrobat style, like she does it all the time. Oh, okay, so do we have restraints in here or something? Is there are there safety belts? Do we have anti-grav repulsors or something to help deaden the impact? What? I mean, we're kind of in jail, I think.
Yeah. Well, it's a good opportunity to take a look, because you will see, again, hearkening to the airline example, you will see a light kick on that sort of it is almost like a hieroglyph of a person sitting in a chair, and a announcement will broadcast. For your safety, please remain seated until the seating light has been turned off. This message is repeated in 4 other languages.
So I think they want us to sit down, but is there any place to sit in this particular cell, or is everything just kind of...
So imagine it's less like a cell and more like a waiting room.
Okay.
So
are there restraints on the seats, or are there just seats?
There's just seats, and the light and the message don't insinuate that there are seat belts, just basically if you'd remain seated. Now, the seats are situated similar to what you would see in an airport terminal. Some are back-to-back, they're in rows, and they're very noticeably bolted to the floor, so they're pretty sturdy.
So it feels like we're on a train or something, or a tram.
It has that energy. I would compare it more to a one of the barges or ferries in Japan that sort of goes between the islands, and you're kind of in the passenger berth, right? It feels like a moving airport terminal. It, like I said earlier, it's kind of built for like 16 to 20 folks, and you're the only 4 in there right now. So it's pretty spacious, but even if there were like 16 or 20, there would be enough space where you're not like, shoulder to shoulder. There's still private restrooms, that type of deal.
Well, I guess I'll go. I'll like sit down in one of the seats.
Okay.
Like, we should sit down, guys. Maybe. Well, except for you can't really sit in a seat, can you? I'm sorry. What was your name? Big guy. Hello.
Oh, careful but wary greeting. Call me Archie. It's nice to meet you.
Hi, Archie. Can you sit down? Are you like your own seat, or?
I suppose that I could try to sit down, and he goes over and like sits on like 2 full seats and just kind of like kicks his legs up, and then, like kind of like there's like a clanking about, and he's just kind of awkwardly like sitting with his legs straight out and his giant arms just kind of
the robot version of man spreading.
It's not graceful, but you can make it work.
Right, exactly.
Archie, I'll give you this one for free. The gyros that you have and the accelerometers that you have are definitely picking up a little bit more. The ship is decelerating at a higher rate. At this point, some people might be feeling a little strange at their stomach and not realize what's going on. So we're talking about enough deceleration that you're starting to get a physical discomfort, more likely. For those of you meat sacks with nervous systems and whatnot.
Is there like any kind of terminal near, or like a computer, or is it primarily just like we're in this like airport and there's no like concierge or anything?
Yeah,
like
there's
that?
not really a concierge or anything like that. Any type of outward facing terminal would be similar to just like a view screen. There's not really anything that you can do to interface with it without being destructive. But there's really the only thing that is on these terminals right now is sort of a animatic. Who's drawing experience?
Oh, no, that's not me. I'm not doing that.
So, I think I can get rid of it. It's all good.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, I'm just gonna like lock myself into the seat. I'm gonna like kind of like robot contortionist, kind of like jam my metal gizzards up in between the seats. Like just like
Okay,
schlocking those puppies right up there.
gotcha.
I'm describing a robot very much like how like a turkey would behave.
I mean, fair enough. If everyone will start to feel like that deceleration, imagine the same sensation as like a subway train getting close to the station. You can kind of feel that, but it's much more prolonged. Like you feel this. It's that same sensation of like an airplane making that final descent, and you have this sensation for a while. The view screens that we were talking about a little bit earlier, they have just this like animated picture of like a hieroglyphic person sitting down in a seat, and the subtitles will say please remain seated, and they scroll through a bunch of different languages. You see English, you see Mandarin, you see a Cyrillic text, you see various and sundry like Roman text, maybe like a Spanish, a French, that type of deal. It's just kind of cycling through all these different Terran languages, letting them know that they need to remain seated. This goes on for probably about an hour until finally the humans among you start to feel the relief of, terra firma. Like, okay, we finally stopped. Archie, your accelerometers finally kind of calm down, and you get the feeling that this ship has stopped in a relatively speaking. I mean, stopping in space is kind of a weird thing to sort of parse, but relatively speaking, the ship has stopped. And we won't think too much more about this.
Okay. Are there any personnel around? This is a prison ship. Are there any other than the guy in the hieroglyphic chair?
Yeah, so that's really just like an animatic. It's not an actual person. It's just like an animated, hey, sit down. And even that's gone, because now that the ship has stopped, and I use that in big air quotes, that picture has stopped, and now you're just kind of left with this, if you can imagine if the Freestar Collective had their own television channel, that moving graphic in the bottom right that they would have as their logo, that's kind of what's showing in the on the screen right now. So it's kind of in an idle state. As far as personnel, there's not really any here. On occasion you'll get the meals and stuff delivered. Typically that's sort of an automated. You've had a deputy or a warden come by on a few occasions just to check in. Pretty cordial. No one trying to give you a rough time or anything like that. Just kind of, sort of existing, making sure everything's fine. Nothing like that. After about another 30, 40 minutes of just sitting here stopped, no other sensations, you do get a notice that there is a staff member about to come in. There's sort of a sliding door, one of those that has the teeth that kind of interjoin, and that slides open, and you have a individual walk through there. They're sort of male presenting, about 6'2", wearing basically the equivalent of denim with a sort of brown leather jacket and the space equivalent of a trucker cap.
Space trucking.
You get the impression that they're probably bald underneath, even though this individual's probably in their late 20s. You think maybe the baldness is a personal choice. There might be a little bit of stubble there, but he probably just prefers that bald lifestyle, but is also wearing the trucker cap type thing, and clean shaven, pretty much shaved, chin, cheeks, head, whatever. In spite of this, definitely not
eyebrows.
Yeah, definitely eyebrows. Not a complete creep. This, but certainly not a baby face either. Okay, he looks kind of rough and tumble, even though, because some people, you do the shave and you look like you're 4 months old, but not this guy. He wears this pretty well. And he looks at everyone. He kind of does a head count. He sees that there's 4. Oh, let's see here. We've got Jason and RCH-13, Astrid Harbinger, and Cobb Koufax, correct?
Yes, sir.
Affirmative.
Excellent. I'd recommend you grab a chair. We have a few things to discuss.
I'm going to literally grab a chair.
Okay. All right. RCH-13, at ease.
I'm gonna let go of the chair.
Thank you. Now, my name is Deputy Cal Whittington. It's a pleasure to meet all of you. You are designated as triple alt prisoners. You may not know what that means, but essentially we have different classification of prisoners here aboard the Spartacus, and the higher the classification, the more dangerous, the more vile, the more wretched the individual. Once you get into, 3, 4, 5, 6, these are really tough customers, and I think some of those big numbers we really like to assign to some of the more ne'er-do-wells, just to really emphasize just how bad these individuals are. So higher the number, worse they are. Now, sometimes somebody commits a crime and it's not a 1. You don't assign them a 1, so you assign them like a 0. And then somebody does something like, well, that's not even really a 0, so we call them a double odd, and then you've got triple odds, and that's kind of what you folks are. Y'all are triple odds. We don't think you're a flight risk or anything like that. You've literally done the bare minimum necessary for us to have to do something about it legally. So normally what we do is we put you, the time you're serving right now on this ship is sort of counted towards the labor that we would be asking you to do, which sort of helps commute your sentence. And we wouldn't even really call this labor. It's almost closer to community service. Again, you're triple odds, so you didn't really do anything terrible. About the worst thing you did was you weren't able to afford your fine. That's about the heads and tails.
Whoa! All right, chat. Hold on, I'll be right back. Chat, hold on. Dude, like you can't. I'm on live right now. You can't be saying that. You can't tell them I'm fucking broke. Okay.
Well, Jason, I'd recommend you get off live because things are going to get mighty embarrassing. And if you don't want this shared with the public,
they're already flaming me as it is right now.
Well,
oh my god. Fine, whatever.
I mean, I don't know what to tell you other than if you don't want your dirty laundry aired, you might want to shut the door.